What is going on, my crazy 76er fanatics, guys? Thanks for stopping back in for another daily pod with your daily 76ers discourse and discussion. All of the likers, all of the watchers, anyone who's left a comment or two, guys, we read more than a few of your comments. We read all of your comments. Thanks for liking, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for helping the conversation continue. This channel can't grow unless you guys let me know what you want to talk about, what you want to hear. So I appreciate everyone supporting the channel. And speaking of support, I think everything, not a little bit, not some of it, not most of it, but everything, all of it has changed big time for this team. The biggest change for this team, guys, it's not what they're playing, it's not how they're playing, it's not who they're playing, it's their attitude while they're playing, guys. The biggest change about this team is the attitude within the locker room, the energy on the court, and the camaraderie in the building. This is one of the closest knit, high energy, high impact, and intense Sixer squad we've seen for quite some time. And the reason you can say that this Sixer team has a brand new identity because everyone is buying into it. Not only Nick Nurse, not only Tyrese Maxey, Jabari Walker, but the whole squad believes this is a brand new team with a brand new groove. Coach Nick Nurse came in before the game and said we worked our tail off all summer. It was a long summer that we didn't like, all fall. We worked extremely hard, all training camp. And like he said, we are going to go out there and reward ourselves. Go out there and play 48 minutes of the new Sixer culture basketball. What's changed about this team is their cultural identity and the way they feel about the squad as a whole, guys. Because prior season, you can name the season, if Joel Embiid scored 4 or less points, this team was doomed to lose, almost guaranteed to catch the elbow. 98 out of 98% of the time, if Joel Embiid scored less than 15, this squad was going to lose. But now, with a brand new identity, a brand new confidence, a few new players, but the moxie, the energy, and the attitude that is being brought from top down, from Daryl Morey to Nick Nurse to Tyrese Maxey to the rest of the squad, this team is willing to battle against anyone, with whoever. I mean, they know about the next man up mentality. This is a squad who last year had 54 different starting lineups. I'm sorry, say it again. They had 54 different starting lineups. If you go through a season where any and everyone is in and out of the lineup, you know it's next man up mentality. It's a next man up attitude. And not every squad is going to embrace that. Not every squad is truly going to embody that. But this Sixer squad, who's been through a lot of ups and downs last season, they have no choice. Joel Embiid's not necessarily healthy. Paul George is not necessarily healthy. Jared McCain has his injury qualms he has to go through. They know it's next man up mentality or it's next lottery pick at the end of the summer. And no one wants that. No one wants that, especially the leader of this team, Tyrese Maxey. The reason Tyrese Maxey is the leader, at first you thought he was the locker room leader. And Joel Embiid would still be the dominant on-court presence that we know he is, know he will be, and know he can be. But as of right now, until Joel Embiid gets over these mental hurdles, these mental leaps of seeing how his body feels versus how ready his mind is to play, once everything starts to click up and sync up to Joel, maybe he may go back to taking that leadership role, the on-court dominant role that we know Joel will be. But the leader, the true vocal, the true physical, the true focal point of this team is Mr. Tyrese Maxey. And the reason this squad has a chance to be great, no matter who's on the court, is because Tyrese has a huge belief that he's been winning in middle school, he's been winning in high school. He could have won in college if COVID didn't stop him, and Tyrese Maxey just believes that he's going to win in any area of play that he's a part of, which is why this squad, with Joel, without Joel, believes they can win, believes they can compete. And that's exactly the new Sixer culture that Nick Nurse wants to bring night in and night out. Nick Nurse, when speaking to the media, said, "My main goal is when two people get up from their seats and they're walking out the door, they're saying, man, those guys played their asses off tonight. We didn't do that a year ago. That's what I'm striving for, and I think that's what this fan base deserves. So leadership starts from the top down, from Daryl to Nick to Tyrese. And we're not sure what Daryl's feeling or how Daryl's thinking, probably on the same lines as Maxey and Nurse. But we do know the two physical leaders in the practice facility, on the court during the games, they have this attitude that we're going to play hard, we're going to work hard, we're going to leave it all out there on the court, and then no one is going to question our effort, our mentality. And no one's going to punk us out there. And speaking of not a punk out there, man, the toughest, the hardest working, the most relentless player on this team is the player who still isn't currently on the squad. Two-way contract player Dominic Barlow played phenomenal on Wednesday. Tyrese Maxey not only was going over some of the highlights of the game, but said, man, I got to just give Dominic Barlow his flowers. He played great. Kelly Oubre played good. Adem Bona played good. But Dominic Barlow played great. And Barlow, post-game, after receiving his flowers from the media and his teammates, went on to say, I know how to play basketball, and I know what this team needs me to do. It's just my job to play with energy and pick us up when we are down. And when this team was down, when this team seemed to be out, there was Dominic Barlow fighting for extra offensive rebounds. There was Dominic Barlow clawing at the glass. There was Dominic Barlow picking and switching on any and every defender. When Dominic Barlow missed a wide open three, he was the first Sixer defender down the court. Joel Embiid was already down the court at that point, but we're not going to count him because Joel Embiid had no interest in contesting the shot. Dominic Barlow, after missing a wide open three, was the first Sixer defender down the court to stop the fast break and block the shot. He knows what he's supposed to be doing. He knows how he's supposed to be doing it. That's relentless. That's with continuous effort. He's supposed to be the most hustle this team has. And the best part about the way this team is constructed, again, it comes from the top down. Dominic Barlow isn't creating this identity himself. No one is going to buy in to a Dominic Barlow-led energy, Dominic Barlow-led attitude. But because your leader, Tyrese Maxey, lives in the gym, stays in the gym, and puts so many extra hours in to be great, it's easy to follow a leader like that. The guy who makes the most money, the guy who has the most responsibility is the guy who's working the hardest. If I want a piece of that, if I want some of that, I got to follow his footsteps, which is exactly why the leader, Maxey, is doing great, and the engine movers, the Dominic Barlows, the VJ Edgecombs, the Kelly Oubres, the Adem Bonas, the engine movers, the hustle guys, the energy guys, the high impact, high intensity guys. They are doing everything that you want to see from those players because they are playing great basketball. Regardless of who's out there on the court, they are trying to do their jobs to the fullest, which is why I believe this Sixer team could be one of the best. And speaking of one of the best, Joel Embiid did not play that way, guys. Joel Embiid did not play that way. If you look at the way Joel Embiid played on Wednesday, if that's how he's going to play all season, man, you may have to get off of his contract early. I'm talking about early trading, early moving, and see if this team can start improving with some new acquisitional pieces. I would never want to trade Joel. I want to put that out there. I would never have any interest in trading Joel Embiid. I want to give him some time. If you don't know Joel Embiid's game, he always starts the first 8 to 10 games off extremely slow. This one is going to be a lot slower for him than, prior seasons because he is dealing with injury. He is dealing with a mental hurdle. He's also just trying to get comfortable with the new pieces he barely got to train with over the summer and the new knee that he's still trying to get acclimated with to see how much impact it can handle and what workload it can handle. But will this team trade Joel? If you have Tyrese Maxey scoring 40, VJ Edgecombe scoring 30, Jared McCain's a 30-point-per-game player, Quentin Grimes, when he does knock it down, he's potentially giving you 20 as well. Paul George can hopefully still give you 20. And the most important part about this whole piece, guys, is that when Joel Embiid is in, he does like to slow the game down a bit. He does like to play at a slower pace than this team was successful playing at on Wednesday. So a slower pace may not be great for the pieces and the players that we have on this squad. Trading Joel for a more mobile, quicker big could be the trade that should be made. How about Lauri Markkanen? How about finding a way to trade Joel for Lauri Markkanen and a few more pieces, a few more players? How about trading Joel for Jeremy Grant? and a few more pieces and a few more tradable players. I mean, the key here, guys, is keeping your speed, keeping your athleticism, but keeping your rebounding identity and your intangibles. Joel Embiid isn't the best rebounder. Joel Embiid isn't the best speed. So if you're going to trade Joel for anybody or anything, you definitely want more shooting, more spacing, more speed, but not losing any size. Jeremy Grant, not the greatest rebounder, but the shooting and the spacing and the defensive intangibles he does bring night in, night out. Would love a Jeremy Grant. Would love a Jeremy Grant trade. Julius Randle, he was another talking point we're going to get at. I don't want to see Julius Randle trade to the Sixers. I don't think he's the piece that they need. Talking about slowing down the game, playing Julius Randle would be a doggone shame to trade him for Paul George or Joel. That's something that ChatGPT tried to offer us. We're going to not accept everything that ChatGPT tries to offer us, guys. But do you think Joel will be traded, should be traded? If the team's identity is Tyrese Maxey led, if the team's identity is behind hustle, effort, speed, grit, those are not the things that Joel has been specializing. He's skill. He's passion. He has physicality. But he's not the one with the most hustle. He's not the one with the most effort. He's not the one with the most speed. If this team is changing its identity, if this is a new culture, can Joel Embiid buy into this culture? Can Joel Embiid fit into this culture? Tell me what you think, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys, because that's the biggest question mark and the biggest hole on this team as of right now. Can your MVP, can your current star, can the past of the franchise continue to be the future of this team's success? Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think's going to happen with Joel. What trades will be made? And what do you think has changed about this team, about this roster? Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back with more.